see all the seven wonders. There's nothing that we won't see. No matter where we go, you're always there with you, a true protector in me. Tell you that I want you and that I need you. Tell me that you understand, and I will tell you that I want you and that I need you. Make me the happiest man. And baby, I can't stop smiling. I'm excited. I'm living in Wonderland with you by my side. I'm flying, I'm gliding. I hope that I never land. I hope 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 I never land.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's video with me, Kieran from Magical Traveller by Not Just Travel. For those of you who've not met me yet, I am an independent travel agent backed by Not Just Travel. We are part of the UK's largest independent travel agents, and that means that we just have access to loads of travel offers for you, loads of availability for different products, and we always guarantee that we are going to be the same price or less than anyone you will find on the high street. Each week, as you may know if you've watched this video before, I'm going to talk about a different kind of travel topic just to kind of get you inspired about some of those amazing holiday options that are available to you out there. Now, if you are watching live now, it would be really cool if you could just drop a message to the chat bar, and we are going live kind of on LinkedIn, YouTube and Facebook. So if you are live, just let me know, just say hello. It'd be great to know that you're out there watching. You can also ask your questions as well. Now, I've not trialed this yet, but what you can do is if you do have any questions about kind of what we're talking about today, just feel free to add them into the chat bar, and then I should be able to, if this all works or the technology works as planned, bring those questions onto the screen as well and answer them live here now on the video. So today I'm going to talk about something that is really kind of important to me. If anybody who knows me personally, you'll know that I'm a massive Disney fan. We go to Disney as much as possible. Kind of usually it's about once a year we'll go to kind of either Disneyland Paris or Walt Disney World. I'm very fortunate that we've done Disney cruises and we've been to Disneyland in California loads. So what I'm just going to do this week is I'm going to talk about my favorite topic, Disney, because it's always fun for me to talk about. Now, for those of you that don't know, there are Disney theme parks all around the world. Obviously, you've got the one that everyone knows and loves, which is Walt Disney World in Florida. A little bit closer to home, we've got Disneyland in Paris. But what many people don't realize is the original park is the one built in California, Disneyland California. But then also as well, further afield even, you've got now Hong Kong Disneyland, Shanghai Disneyland, and Tokyo Disneyland as well. As well as then in Hawaii, they've got their resort as well, Ulani, which is just a Disney hotel. There are no theme parks near it, but it's a really great kind of place, particularly for like honeymoons or couples looking to go away. But obviously, then you've got all the Disney magic and characters as well in Ulani. So if you want to know more about Ulani, let me know, and I'm more than happy to do a video on Ulani as well. And then you've also got Adventures by Disney as well, which is their touring product. So if you are somebody who maybe likes to do kind of river cruising or go off and do kind of touring holidays and group tour holidays, then Adventures by Disney is something to think about, because again, you've got all that magical storytelling by Disney, bringing those stories to life. But today I want to talk about something that's a little bit closer to home and talk about kind of our local, if you want to call it that, Disney park, which is Disneyland Resort Paris. Now, for those of you that don't know, Disneyland Paris weirdly isn't actually in Paris, same ways that a lot of airports aren't actually in the cities that they're named after. It is slightly out. It's about 30 minutes train journey away from the centre of Paris. But this just means it is really conveniently located if you are somebody who maybe wants to do a Disney holiday, a Disney break where you get to take in the magic of a Disney holiday, but then also maybe go off and spend a couple of days as well in Paris and explore kind of all the sights of Paris and all the things that we know and love about Paris. Now, I'm not going to talk about Paris today because there's so much to talk about all the landmarks and all the amazing things you can do in Paris. Today, I'm just going to talk about if you were to do a kind of end-to-end package holiday staying in just Disneyland Resort Paris. Now, one big question everyone gets is, how do you get Disneyland Paris? Because of how close we are and how well connected we are to France, there are a ton of options for you to get to Disneyland Paris. Now, obviously, the most obvious one is going to be by plane. So you can fly from pretty much every airport in the UK, or every region in the UK, at least anyway. Close to us, we've got Bristol. We've got great flights as well with EasyJet. So if you want to fly from Bristol, London, Manchester, Scotland, we've got loads of flights available. And then you've got two airports that cover it. The main one being Charles de Gaulle, the main airport for France, or for central France, at least anyway. And then you've got Orly Airport as well, which is a little bit further south, but but sometimes those times work out just a little bit better to make sure that you arrive at kind of more sociable hours. Other than that as well, if you are willing to go by train, you can also take the Eurostar there as well. Or if you want to take your car, you could also take the Eurotunnel and then drive the rest of the way down as well to Paris. Again, it's about a 4-hour drive from kind of the end of the tunnel down to Disneyland Resort Paris. You've then also got ferry as well. So if you want to take a ferry journey, again, we've got a couple of different options for kind of ferries from the south of the UK, but particularly the main one's going to be Dover. That's going to give you roughly, again, about a 4 or 5 hour crossing on the ferry. And then again, another, say, roughly 4-hour drive then as well from Calais down to Disneyland Resort Paris as well. So it's kind of doable in a day. It's just it can be a long day. But again, that gives you loads of flexibility. If you maybe wanted to stop off somewhere else and then go on to Disneyland Resort Paris, you totally have that option if you did decide to take a ferry holiday. So say if you were to fly in Disneyland Paris, one thing I do need to mention is transfers. So it is really easy as well to get from the airport to Disneyland Resort Paris. If you are taking the Eurostar, you can go end to end. So you can get the train straight from London all the way to Man-Laval is the name of the station. So that's one you want to keep an eye out for. But Man-Laval as well is the train station directly in Disneyland Paris. So you literally walk out and then you are there right in the heart of kind of Disney Village and down the Disney Hotel District. So if you are flying as well to Charles de Gaulle, you can also get the RER train as well, the Red Line, which does take you again directly to Man-Laval. That's what we prefer to do. We're kind of really easy and relaxed that we'll just kind of get off the plane and get straight on the train and head straight there. It's about 15 minutes by train. So again, really convenient if you are someone who's comfortable just to kind of do that by yourself. Or now we can't book this as agents. Disney don't allow us to, but you can book then as well the Magic Shuttle, which will take you again from the 2 airports straight to your resort hotel as well. You've got to pay for that privately with the company, and again they've got a schedule and timetable. More than happy to help you do that, but it's just to make you aware that you do have to sort out transfers once you get there. Is something that we can't package in for you unless you wanted us to add private transfers in for you. So just to give you an overview of kind of Disneyland Resort Paris, and that's the whole area now. So it's basically made of 2 theme parks, Disneyland Park and Disney Studios, or Walt Disney Studios. And then you've got then 7 or 8, depends on how you class them, official hotels that are part of the Disney hotel packages. So these are official Disney hotels or official affiliated hotels with Disney themselves directly. You've then also got then 6 kind of friendly neighbor or associated hotels where we can do packages as well and include those holidays, those hotels for you, but they're not Disney branded hotels and they don't get the benefits of being kind of in Disney on a Disney hotel. You've then also got as well then Disney Village, which is the little shopping district that's just outside the parks and between the hotels. That kind of will be where a lot of the evening meals are going to be, where your evening entertainment. So they've got kind of, they used to have a nightclub. Unfortunately, that's kind of closed down now, but they do have kind of a sports bar there. So you can get drinks in the evening. They've got some really cool restaurants there as well. So if you wanted to kind of get a bite to eat afterwards or before your day in the park, that's going to be the place you're going to want to head to. It's also where World of Disney is as well, which is going to be the largest Disney store as well. So if you want to buy all that Disney merchandise, then definitely you want to head to Disney Village and check out the kind of the shops and dining as part of that as well. So just to give you a quick overview of kind of the 2 different parks and what they have to offer, Disneyland Park is obviously going to be the heart of any Disney holiday. So all the Disney parks around the world have what we lovingly in the community call a castle park. That's because obviously that's where the castle is. So in Disneyland Park, you've got Sleeping Beauty's castle, the beautiful landmark at the center of the park, and then surrounding the park, then you've got kind of like a circular different lands then as well. So obviously you've got Main Street USA, which is where your adventure would begin, which is kind of turn of the century America, where you're going to see kind of what America was like when Walt was growing up in his hometown type of thing. That's the inspiration behind Main Street USA. But then as you travel around the parks, then you're going to find Frontierland, obviously based on the Western stories and adventures that we all have and we all know and love. And then going up to Adventureland, which is kind of going to be more your jungle adventure. It's where you're going to find rides like Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean. Moving across then into Fantasyland, which is where all our kind of favorite fantasy characters come to life. So that's where you're going to find all the classic characters like Sleeping Beauty, Pinocchio, Dumbo. That's where they're all going to be based. And also that's where It's a Small World is going to be, which if you don't know, it's just a classic Disney attraction. It's a boat ride that takes you around the world with beautiful characters inspired from around the world type of thing. It's just a really great fun ride. We have this little bet in my family. I'm sure you all know the song. I'm not going to sing it, but we have this bet in my family. The first person after we come off It's a Small World who sings It's a Small World has to pay for the meals for everybody that day, just because it's one of those earworms that really gets stuck in your head and you're kind of stuck singing it for the rest of the day. And then further on, then you've got Discoveryland. Discoveryland is unique to Disneyland Paris. It's kind of Disneyland Paris's version of Tomorrowland, which is kind of more of a retro futuristic look at the future. So it's very heavily inspired by Jules Verne. But this is where you're going to find Star Wars, but it's also where you're going to find as well Space Mountain, which is my personal favorite Disney roller coaster. So just there as well now, going over some of those headline attractions. Big Thunder Mountain is an amazing roller coaster as well in Frontierland. Space Mountain, as I've mentioned, where you used to get shot to the moon, but now it's been taken over by Star Wars. So you're going to have a great Star Wars Hyperspace Mountain adventure. Pirates of the Caribbean, which we all know the film as well, starring Johnny Depp. This is where it originated. It originated in the Disney parks. So you can kind of go on your own very pirate adventure in the Caribbean as well. Then obviously, as Disney is known for its parade and fireworks, you've got kind of Stars on Parade happening each day in the park down Main Street and from Fantasyland. And then you've also got the nightly fireworks illuminations as well. That takes place over Sleeping Beauty Castle every night. And then one of my favorites as well then is Phantom Manor as well in Disneyland Paris, where you get to go on a kind of spooky haunted house attraction that is surprisingly family friendly if you've got kind of those kids who are into ghosts and spooky and kind of those chills, family friendly chills type of thing. So just across the way then, if you wanted to, you can park hop between these two parks. You've got Walt Disney Studios. Now this is broken up into kind of currently, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4 lands at the moment, with the fifth one now being kind of rebuilt, which I'll come to in a second. But Walt Disney Studios is obviously inspired by the Hollywood magic that brings Disney films to life. So this is where you're going to find all the Pixar characters, where you've got kind of Toon Studio and Toy Story Playland. But it's also where you're going to find kind of animation classes, where you get to learn how to animate characters by a Disney animator. And it's also where you're going to find Tower of Terror as well, one of the best rides anywhere on the planet. I love Tower of Terror. It's great fun. But also coming as well now this year is going to be Avengers Campus, which I'll get to in a second. So again, some of those headline attractions you're going to be looking for. This is where you're going to find things like Cars Road Trip, Tower of Terror, Crush Coaster, which is so much fun. Ratatouille as well, which is a really great attraction. You get shrunk down to the size of a mouse, and you get to kind of go through all the kitchens as well, and help Chef Remy as well as he prepares a meal. And again, all the Toy Story characters are going to be there as well. But the big highlight as well is that coming for summer 22 this year now as well, Avengers Campus in Paris is going to be opening, where you're going to have two amazing kind of Marvel superhero themed attractions. One of them being Spider-Man Web Slingers, which you can just see there in the bottom, and then also then the new Iron Man roller coaster as well. So two great Avengers attractions that are going to be coming to Disneyland Paris again. So if you've got kind of those little superheroes in your life who love the Marvel superheroes, definitely this summer is going to be the perfect time for them to kind of visit Disneyland Paris and just be part of those kind of Marvel superhero stories come to life directly in Avengers Campus. We were very lucky November, sorry. We went to Disneyland in California, where they have the Californian campus. So we got to kind of sample the Spider-Man attraction ourselves firsthand, where you get to help Spider-Man with one of his kind of tests or experiments that's kind of gone out of hand. And we had a lot of fun. It's a bit of a workout, I'm not going to lie. You have to kind of virtually shoot web slingers and stop all the spider bots. So it's a bit of a workout, but it's a lot of fun and it works really, really well as well. So that was a highlight definitely of that trip. And I can't wait to kind of get to experience that a little bit closer to home rather than to fly 10 hours to California to experience Avengers Campus. And again, so don't be afraid as well. A lot of people think that it's just for kids or it's just for kind of, there's lots of thrill rides. Disneyland Resort Paris has attractions for everyone. So they've got family favorite attractions like, Dumbo the Flying Elephant. You've got Peter Pan's Flight, where you get to fly in a pirate ship over kind of London and off to Neverland. You've got the Carousel. You've got then, adventures for the whole ages as well. So if you're kind of young at heart or you're kind of kids as well, you've got Pirates of the Caribbean, which is an amazing kind of thrilling adventure through the Caribbean with Jack Sparrow and his friends. Then you've got kind of Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast as well, where you get to kind of help Buzz protect everybody from Emperor Zurg as well. And then you've also got Phantom Manor, which is kind of that more spooky, chilling attraction as well. But then also you've got things as well for those people who are looking for those kind of bigger thrills as well. So Hyperspace Mountain is one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on. It's really cool, space-themed roller coaster. You've got Star Tours, again, where you get to kind of go into your own Star Wars adventure. Crush's Coaster, Big Thunder Mountain, Indiana Jones as well. These are just great, roller coasters, slightly more thrilling attractions. So if you've got kind of those teens and above, there's definitely going to be something for everybody. So the big question I get asked is, where can you stay? So there are a lot of different hotels as well, as I mentioned, that are kind of on property with Disneyland Resort Paris. Now, all of them, bar two, are completely located on Disney property, so you can walk from your hotel directly to the two theme parks. The difference is going to be is kind of in the price grade is how close they are to those parks. With, for example, Disneyland Hotel being quite literally at the entrance to Disneyland Park, so you can walk straight from your hotel room straight into the theme park without having to walk anywhere. Whereas somewhere further away, like the Hotel Santa Fe in Cheyenne, they're going to be around about a 15-20 minute walk each day to the parks. Don't panic, there are shuttle buses as well. So if you can't walk long distances, or you're tired at the end of the day and you're worried about kind of, pushing buggies and things like that, don't panic. You can get a shuttle as well directly from the parks to the resort as well. So don't think you have to walk. It's just so you know they are within walking distance, because some people just love to be able to get up and walk straight out without having to wait for a bus. Now, why would you want to stay in a Disney hotel? Well, there are loads of perks. The big one being, obviously, if you are staying in a Disney hotel, you are in a Disney package. That means you are going to get given great perks like your Magic Key, which is going to allow you to charge things to your hotel room, so you don't have to worry about carrying cash when you're out and about. But it's also going to give you access to extra magic hours as well. So you can visit the park before the general guests are allowed into there. So you get that extra time to kind of get your favorite selfies with your favorite characters, or more just head straight to those really popular attractions and beat the queues on them if you want to. Obviously, as mentioned, you are close to the parks, and then also as well, you are going to have characters popping up as well in your resort, so that when you are kind of waiting for breakfast, you may bump into Pluto or one of the Disney characters as well while you are walking around your resort. So you've got those extra magical moments while you are kind of getting ready in the morning, or maybe when you're coming back from the resort and you're looking to wind down for the night. You've also got beautiful facilities as well in all your resorts, such as bars and restaurants and things like that. The other thing as well is you do get access to Disney's dining plans, which I'll go into later on, but they do then allow you to kind of prepay for all your meals. So you are then having to not have to worry about whether you just want the breakfast plan or whether you want the full board plan. It just, you mean all your meals are taken care of. You don't have any worries. You literally turn up and enjoy your time in the parks. But then also you can add on a celebration package as well. So if you're maybe going for a special occasion, you can then have a celebration cake to make that stay extra special. And then also you've got things like Disney as well, where you can leave your luggage with them as well. And then you don't have to worry about kind of having to get your luggage and carry it around and worry about it on that last day when you are checking out. It's all seamless and looked after by Disney. So really great reasons as well to consider a Disney stay. The other thing to factor in as well is with Disney as well, if you are staying in a Disney hotel in one of their package hotels, you do get your park entry from when you check in to the day you check out as well. So you don't have to worry about kind of you're checked in for kind of 4 days, 3 nights, but you've only got 3 days of park entry. You have full 4 days park entry. So from the second you arrive to the second you have to leave to get your plane, train or boat back, you can still enjoy that day in the park as well. So we usually get flights over to kind of get over there by midday, which means we can hit the park on that first day, and then we try and get a later flight back. So that means we can then stay in the park on that last day as well and do that last minute shopping or dining, or just get that one more ride on Space Mountain, which I'm really bad for. I'm like, one more time, take me again. So let's talk about the different hotels. Now, I'm going to start off with the value resort. So these are kind of more the budget-friendly hotels, but again, they're not lacking in character. As you can see here, this is the Hotel Santa Fe, which kind of has a kind of New Mexico Route 66 type of atmosphere. It's recently been kind of refurbished or renovated to kind of take on more inspiration from the Cars films by Pixar. And you'll see that throughout type of thing. So obviously you can see the Lightning McQueen and Sally there on the front. And you can see little details. So have a look now. You can see Mater kind of there in the little silhouette. And then in the room then as well, the light fixtures are all going to be kind of cones as well, inspired by cars. And you're going to find loads of details about kind of New Mexico. You're going to find details throughout the resort kind of inspired by Route 66. It's a really cool kind of American inspired hotel. And again, this is going to be one of those leading price hotels. So if you are looking for the kind of cheapest rooms, these are going to be the ones to look forward to, the ones here at Hotel Santa Fe, but they're not lacking in character or touches. Again, equally as well, then you've also got Hotel Cheyenne, which is kind of just next door to it. So again, these are going to be about that 15-20 minute walk away from the parks each morning. Hotel Cheyenne has that kind of Western vibe. It's almost kind of like a frontier town in America. Again, you'll find a lot of American influence with these resorts, because obviously this is Disney. They are American companies. So all these resorts take influence from kind of American stories and American kind of history. So again, you've got this Western vibe going on here now with the Hotel Cheyenne. This is where you're going to find Toy Story characters as well recently, like Woody, Bullseye, and you're also going to find Jessie as well. Those characters are kind of recently moved over to this resort, and you're going to find all those characters there for meet and greets, and a lot of inspiration for kind of that Woody Roundup story from the films. Moving up a level then, sorry, I've got a really itchy nose today. Moving up a level, then you've got the Sokoa Lodge, which is a gorgeous kind of wilderness lodge type resort as well, located in the main district. Now, so there's 3 hotels just outside Disney Village. This is going to be the furthest away of the 3, but again, it's on that Lake Disney as well. So you're going to have this really gorgeous kind of wilderness lodge-esque with roaring campfires and gorgeous pools and, you know, giant trees surrounding you. So you've got that really lovely connection to nature as well, like you are right in the wilderness. So again, this is a really cool, popular resort. This is one of those nights where you want something a little bit nicer and a little bit more kind of traditional, like a more full-on resort with kind of pool facilities and full-on dining room facilities. This is usually the one we recommend that people look towards. Now, this is my personal favorite, and every time I go to Disneyland Resort Paris, this is the one I pick. This is kind of that happy balance of kind of not spending an absolute fortune on accommodation, but you're still getting something that's really nice and has those luxury touches. So this is the Newport Bay Club as well, which has that kind of New England yacht club, beach club vibe. For those of you who've been to Walt Disney World, you'll kind of know the yacht club and beach club resorts. They're very much that similar kind of vibe and atmosphere you're going to get through it. Really gorgeous. You've got a gorgeous like cocktail lounge in there as well that we kind of sit into, the Admiral's Lounge. The rooms have got really cool nautical touches as well throughout. And if you're lucky enough to kind of upgrade to one of the lake views, you can have a gorgeous view overlooking Lake Disney each day as well, which is just really nice to open up and have that kind of really gorgeous water view as well. And then this is the newest resort. Now, this has just recently been refurbished, but it is technically a new resort. So you've now got the Disney Hotel New York Art of Marvel Hotel. Now, this is really cool. This is basically taking inspiration from kind of the Marvel superhero characters we know and love, but more from the comic books. And the hotel is kind of inspired by the artwork that kind of went into making all our favorite Marvel superheroes. And it's been completely elevated from top to bottom with kind of loads of really cool touches and really cool inspiration from all those Marvel stories we know and love. Here as well, you can see just the rooms. The rooms are absolutely gorgeous. You've got that really cool cocktail lounge, which is the Skyline Lounge, where they kind of, you're overlooking Manhattan, and you'll see Marvel superheroes who will kind of appear in the screens in the back, or the view, I should say, in the background, where you can see Avengers Tower. It's really, really cool bringing all those Marvel characters to life. You've also got then as well meet and greet experiences with the Marvel characters, as well as kind of activities as well, and you know, kids clubs that you can go to that are very loads of activities around kind of Marvel superheroes. You're also going to have loads of memorabilia and artwork as well from the film. So if you have got little Marvel superhero fans in your family, this is definitely the hotel you want to check out. Definitely. And then the last main hotel you've got then is the Disneyland Hotel. This is the top tier hotel. It is absolutely beautiful. It's very kind of Victorian inspired, really high end details. However, unfortunately, it is currently closed with no official opening date, but it's definitely going to be closed for the rest of this year and looking into part of 2023 as they completely renovate this hotel from top to bottom. So if I go back one, you can just briefly see now the new details they're adding. They're adding more kind of those flushes for the Disney princesses. Lots of kind of royal and regal highlights are going to be added to the resort throughout. But definitely it's kind of got that really beautiful vintage feel for it as well. So a gorgeous hotel, definitely kind of the creme de la creme, sorry, of Disney hotels. But like I say, unfortunately, we can't book packages for it at the moment, and we don't have a date when that new renovation is going to be opening. But if you are somebody who likes the finer things in life, this is going to be the hotel to head for. Now, if you want to, you can do. There are 2 hotels that Disney class as kind of the nature hotels. This is going to be the first one you're going to look to, which is the David Crockett Ranch. Now, this is slightly further outside of Disneyland Paris, so this isn't part of the ground. So for this one, the big thing you need to be aware of is you have to drive if you want to visit David Crockett Ranch. You can't do this in a traditional package whereby you kind of get transfers back and forth, because there are no shuttle buses from David Crockett Ranch to the theme parks. You either have to pay for a taxi or drive your car. So these are very much aimed at those families that love to kind of get in the car and head off on a big adventure by themselves. Now, you're going to have these really gorgeous kind of lodges, little huts kind of thing in the wilderness, where you're kind of more in a campground, very much kind of American campground vibes. There is a pool facility on board, and you do have like a mercantile shop where they sell kind of snacks and food and things like that, but very much more of a self-catering based holiday, where you're going to have that closer connection to nature, but also a great space to kind of get the family together and just have that kind of family offline time together. And then this one then is a beautiful option as well. So this isn't officially a Disney hotel, but this is kind of one that Disney have partnered with the Center Parcs Group to create Village Nature. Now, Village Nature is a really beautiful resort where you're going to have kind of the Aqua Lagoon that you everyone knows and loves Center Parcs for, but then also loads of connection to the nature as well, with kind of nature trails and walks and bike riding, lots of kind of water activities on the outdoor lake as well. So you've got really great kind of back to nature activities that really connect you and your family to the world around us. But then you also then do have a shuttle, but this is a paid for shuttle to the Disneyland parks. Now, packages here work a little bit differently, whereby you don't get a full end-to-end stay like you do in the other hotels where you can visit every single day of your stay. You do get a number of days, usually 2 days of your stay. So if you stay for 4 days, you'll have 2 days to enjoy Village Nature and then 2 days then to enjoy Disneyland Park as well if you wanted to. So then what extras can you add onto your package? Or how can you kind of add value to your package, or how can you make your stay even more magical? There are 2 main things that we recommend people do consider. One of them is going to be the dine-in plan. Now, these dine-in plans are changing. So as of March this year, these are the new dine-in plans that come into. And basically, it's just whether you want food, more food, or even more food again. I'm not going to go into the full details of them because we can chat about that, kind of what's right for your family ultimately. But just look at these as being kind of either bed and breakfast, half board or full board. And it's down to the type of meals you like, whether you're someone who likes to have buffet meals, or whether you're somebody who likes to have sit-down meals, or whether you're somebody who likes the finer things in life and you want to have sit-down meals and you want to do kind of character meals, you want to meet Mickey and have meals at the same time as Mickey type of thing. That's where you're going to want to head towards, something towards like the extra plus option. Now, they are worked out at a cost of per person per day, and you do get meal vouchers basically to eat in the many restaurants around Disney that will accept those meal plans. So again, really great as well if you want to pre-plan and just know once you go, you don't have to worry about spending any money other than merchandise. Everything is taken care of, kind of thing, as part of your whole Disney package. The other one as well is the Disney Photo Pass. Now, this is really cool, and it's around about £70 last time I checked, where you can add it on then for your duration of stay. Now, all around the park, you're going to find tons of kind of Disney photographers who will take pictures of you and your family in front of all the kind of attractions and kind of the main landmarks of the parks as well. So if you want to capture those magical moments and not have to worry about, is everyone in the photo, is dad in the photo, is mum in the photo, not having to ask strangers to take photos for you, Disney will make sure that all those photos are uploaded for you digitally into the app, and you kind of have all those amazing photos. It also includes your ride photos as well. So if you want all those really cool ride photos to remember your amazing time, this is going to be something you're going to want to look to do. But what's really cool about Disney is they have this feature called Magic Shots, whereby as you take your picture, the photographer will ask you to do poses, so look scared or put your hands out. And then when you log into the app to check your photos, they will have little magic moments in them. So you can see just a few of them there. I'm not going to spoil any of them because they're really cool. And part of the excitement is kind of not knowing what's going to happen in your pictures. And for me, this is an attraction itself. We just love it. We see a photo pass photographer, we're like, quick, let's go, let's get a picture taken. And then just checking the app and seeing kind of what little magic touch you've had added to your photos. It's just a really cool way to make those extra memories once you've kind of finished your day at the parks as well. Now, I'm just going to talk about seasons at Disneyland Paris. Now, this is potentially out of date because we don't know what's going to happen pre-COVID, and I don't want to talk about COVID. This is going to be kind of those videos to kind of give you an overview forever, so you can look back at this video and kind of get an overview of what Disney has to offer. But in the past, Disney have these pop-up seasonal events. Now, this year they're not happening, apart from Christmas has been announced already, and I'm guessing Halloween will probably get announced soon. But because we're dealing with COVID restrictions and kind of restrictions easing, they've decided to not announce any of the ones at the beginning of this year, apart from Magical Pride has been given an announcement date. So if you are a member of the queer community and you are looking to celebrate Pride at Disney, then that's the one you want to head towards. We can book packages for that as well. So this year that's going to be on June 11th, and that's usually around about the May-June time. Other than that, though, usually in a typical year, you will have your Star Wars festival at the beginning of the year. There is a Frozen celebration. You've got the season of superheroes as well, where you're going to have your Marvel celebration. You are then going to have Run Disney, which is kind of the Disney marathon event as well, where you get to take part in a series of marathons over a weekend as well. There's usually 2 of them, one at the beginning and one at the end of the year. You've then also got the Lion King and Jungle Festival, which usually takes place kind of around about summer holidays time. That's when you want to keep an eye out for if you are looking to go in the summer holidays. Again, no dates announced this year, and we're not sure if it's going to come back this year, but we're hoping in the future, probably in for next year and beyond, it's going to come back again. And again, Electrolands. Now, whoever imagined there was going to be kind of an EDM electro festival that was going to happen in Disneyland Paris? Well, there is one, and it happens usually every year. But again, no dates announced for it this year. Fingers crossed that's going to come back next year. But that's usually, again, towards the summer period as well, the tail end of it. Then you go into Halloween. So Disney Halloween usually begins September through to October. And then Disney Christmas is usually November through to December. The dates usually vary, but that's a good benchmark of if you're going to be going kind of, mid-September onwards or mid-November onwards, you're going to be able to catch Halloween and Christmas, where the parks are completely decked out with loads of decorations for each season. But also as well, you're going to have special parades, special shows. You're going to have loads of food and snacks available themed to kind of all these different events type of thing. But it's just something to put on your mind that there are all these really cool seasonal events. There's always something new to experience. So even if you've been at Christmas, you can always go back and start and celebrate again, maybe in February, March time, and experience kind of, the Frozen Festival or the Superhero Festival. There's definitely always something to do no matter what time of year you are thinking of visiting. And then the other thing that I really love as well about Disneyland Paris is they also do these really cool mini festivals. So they do, and again, you'll see this is taken from at the moment where they are all cancelled for this year especially. But again, if you are somebody who's maybe Welsh like myself and you want to go for St. David's Day, they definitely do celebrate St. David's Day. The characters come out for that one day dressed in special costumes, and they have special music performances and concerts as well that are available around these festivals. They do celebrate Bonfire Night. They have kind of a blues festival. There's loads of festivals, country and western. So again, there's always something new and exciting to try. So again, if you are somebody who wants to try to do something new at Disneyland Paris, get in touch with us and ask us what's happening, because there is always something happening throughout the year, in a normal year anyway, at Disneyland Paris. And then the big one, and you would have seen if you watched a video kind of 4 weeks ago when we talked about Disneyland Paris briefly, this year from the 6th of March is going to be the 30th anniversary of Disneyland Resort Paris. Now, this is a really cool time to visit Disneyland Paris because not only have they kind of gone through and given everything a fresh new coat of paint, but there's also as well going to be a new daytime show coming as well, taking place in front of the castle. You're going to have kind of the new Gardens of Wonder. There's a new nighttime show that happens before the fireworks display that's going to be featuring drones for the first time ever in a Disney park. You've got loads of attractions returning as well that have kind of come back now due to restrictions lifting. You've got shows coming back. It's just never been a better time to visit Disneyland Paris. There's new decorations all throughout the park, which I've been looking at little teasers from as they've been kind of releasing them. The parks look gorgeous. There's so much cool new stuff coming this year. And again, like I say, the big highlight this summer is going to be Avengers Campus opening. Again, no exact date, but if I was a betting person, I would say if you're going to go for the summer holidays, UK summer holidays, you are definitely going to be able to visit Avengers Campus, fingers crossed, this summer. The other thing as well is, because we can book Disneyland Paris directly, we are a direct agent selling Disneyland Paris. You do get all the benefits of if you were to book a Disneyland Paris hotel direct as well. So that means you're going to get access to the lowest price guarantee, which means that, you are guaranteed to get the lowest price no matter what. They won't be beaten on price. But also, so you can have the flexibility. Now, these flexibilities currently expire on the 15th of March. They may be extended further. We don't know. But just get in touch with us if you're worried about flexibility options of what happens if you want to change your mind, or if COVID restrictions kick back in again. Don't panic about that. We will always guide you to kind of the most flexible option for you and guide you through kind of what your options are should you want to change your mind, or should you need to change anything about your Disneyland Paris holiday. So don't be afraid of all of that. Just know you've got the peace of mind of knowing we are backed, we are at or back protected, and you've also got access to Disneyland Paris's lowest price guarantee and their Zen guarantee at the moment as well. So don't panic about that. We've got tons of options for you. You've also got the option as well with us to pay by direct debit if you wanted to. So if you wanted to stretch the budget for it, you wanted to maybe go away at Christmas or next year, we can definitely book into next year as well. I think we can book up to around about March next year off the top of my head. So if you want to plan ahead, you can pay a deposit now and then pay off each month as well. We can have a chat to you about payment plans. You are paying off monthly for your Disneyland Paris stay as well. So you've got something to look forward to in the future as well. Best news as well, and those of you, have I spelled Instagram? I'm sorry, I just thought I'd spelled Instagram wrong. Great news as well is I'm really excited. Me and Phil are going to be there next week, actually, which is why I've done this video today. So me and Phil are going to be there next week to celebrate the 30th anniversary. So if you want to kind of just get a little bit more of an insight into what it's like to visit Disneyland Paris, we've already got a story from our last trip. We went 2019 it was. So we've got some stories already shared of kind of our last trip, but we're going to be doing it again this trip. So we're going to be going live, probably over on our Facebook page, which you can also find as well on NJT Magical TRVLR, but also on our Instagram as well. We're going to be sharing kind of all the stories and going live as well on our Instagram, just sharing kind of our live reactions to things like the 30th anniversary, maybe a sneak peek of some of the attractions, and just giving you the lowdown firsthand of all the exciting things that are going to be coming to Disneyland Paris this year. And then that just goes to show as well, we love to visit Disney ourselves. We have been, now this will be our sixth time, sorry, we've been to Disneyland Paris. We've been to Disney World, sorry, in Florida 30 20 times. We've been to Disneyland Paris twice in California, and we've done 2 Disney cruises. We really know Disney. We love Disney, and we love nothing more than helping people experience the magic of a Disney holiday as well. So how could you get in touch with us? So say if after this you've been inspired and you want to just get to know more, and I appreciate this is a lot of information. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a top level view of kind of what it's like to take a Disney holiday. But if you would like to kind of chat more, have a chat to us, definitely you can get in touch with us via our social media. So just send us a message on Facebook or Instagram. But you can also WhatsApp or call us on the number you can see there, or by all means visit our website, which is magicaltraveler.notjusttravel.com, or drop me an email anytime. Kieran@magical-traveler.com. Just give me an idea of you're thinking of or you would like to do, and I'll be more than happy to have a chat to you about kind of the best way to visit Disney and get the most out of your Disney holiday. So guys, that's it with regards to kind of the formal part of this presentation. I don't know if anybody's got any questions or if you want to ask anything. Like I say, don't be afraid to ask in the chat below, and I will definitely try my best to answer the questions if I can. And if not, like I say, just send us a WhatsApp message or Facebook or Instagram message. I am more than happy to have a chat to you guys about kind of, which hotel may be best for you, or maybe you want to chat and look at maybe the suites available as well. So some of the kind of, mid-star up hotels as well, they have suites available that are bigger for bigger families, or if you want something a bit more concierge level, there are definitely options and ways to kind of maximize and really upscale that stay as you are staying in Disneyland Paris. But yeah, definitely don't be afraid to get in touch with us. Like I say, we are Disney experts, and we really would love to help you plan a really magical holiday to Disney. But other than that, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this episode this week. Chances are there won't be an episode now next week because I am going to be in Disneyland Paris when this usually goes live. But like I say, definitely keep an eye out on our Instagram page because I will be sharing loads of lives anyway directly firsthand from us being in Disneyland Resort Paris. And then possibly not now the week after. There may not be an episode on the Tuesday. I may have to do it a different day because I've been invited to the Globe Awards as well in London. So Travel Weekly do the Globe Awards for the travel industry, and I've just been invited by one of our suppliers to go join them at their table as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. But keep an eye out on our social pages, and you'll definitely find out as soon as I sort the schedule out for the next couple of weeks of when I will be live and be able to share some amazing travel updates with you. But other than that, guys, I really appreciate you watching. If you have enjoyed this, please do give us a like. Think about subscribing and following us. I really would love to chat to you more about travel in the future. Other than that, guys, all the best, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.